Kitties, let's get right into it for Pisces of February 24th, the week of. So I'm using a 10 card spread, and we start in that base position, the significator in a lot of the ancient decks it's called, where that Six of Swords is. That's a really great card because six is a celebratory state in numerology and tarot. But the thing about the swords, which rules our thoughts, right? We've been using a lot of analytical thinking, strategy, maneuvering. There's been dramas of every sort on the journey to getting to the six. My sister likes to say how victorious this guy looks, and it's absolutely the vibe because all our swords are in place. We get to put them out of the place. There's no more swords coming at us. We've won that battle, but it leaves us tempered and kind of exhausted. And with that crossing card, that King of Cups there, if it's anything to do with relationship and expectations, and maybe your own wherewithal of maybe wanting to bring a little bit more heart back into play instead of having to worry about just being in the realm of thought. And especially with the swords, we wanted an emotional distance, which doesn't really kind of work for a Pisces. So again, about the balance, because the King of Cups, to me, it represents Pisces and tarot. So, it's a conflict. So the journey's been won, but I need you to kind of go back to your old self. And in that top of the matter where the Knight of Cups is, that's a great clue that you could get there. It's called the top of the matter in 10 card spread. And I like to refer to it as where God or the universe tells us how is a direction to move forward, right? And the Knight is kind of like another vibe of the water sign of Pisces because you see the ethereal movement of that water flow at the horse's foot, right? All we need to do is trust the Knight, get along with him, just hold him by the waist and move forward. The area of the cups is our heart. You need this reignition, this refresh of the heart after the tough battles. That's what the Six of Swords says. And again, if there's been any kind of secrets or cheating or things that have just made you maneuvering in the shadowland or keeping things close to your chest in that past reflection, number 4, and I'm going to get to the referring of the Two of Swords in a second, or the fifth placement with that Seven of Swords is kind of passing you. That passing reflection is kind of affecting you today. Again, that battle and maybe having to maneuver around shady people or individuals or situations that just didn't really leave you feeling right. Because a Pisces wants to be the King of Cups. He wants to love everybody. Hey, why isn't everyone grooving on my vibe? So leave those behind you right now, okay? Especially for the base of the matter, that 4 swords, and I like this, the 2 of Swords rather. What I like to say is in the gut of the matter is indecision. Okay, so you're still living too much in the brain and you've already fought the battle for yourself and your identity. You paid a big price for it. So let's not go backwards, okay? Don't let other people's bad behavior affect your behavior moving forward, or even how the gentleness that you need to apply to yourself, because that 8 of Cups in the 6th placement is where we're going next, right? It's kind of what's happening in this present day. And for this week, kind of, let's say the overall vibe is leaving everything behind so we can move forward, especially in the area of the heart. And that's the 8. We get the refresh, rejuvenation to move forward. But it's scary. See her walking down the stairs. I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know I need to get out of where I am. That's the thing about the 8. You're so desperate for that refresh, but we're so tired sometimes that we don't even know how to take the next step. But that's what the 8 and the Knight is there for, right? Okay? So no worries about that. Just you gently take the necessary steps for you, whether it's self-care or making moves on business or heart moves for yourself. That's okay at your pace. That's what you've learned. That's what that whole identity thing is. Let's not go backwards, okay? So that Queen of Cups sitting there in the 7th placement is kind of an extension of the 6 of Swords. So I got the Queen and the King here, all clashing that heart and that unconditional love and wanting to be free and kind of like that groovy vibe of the 60s, just love one another. So that's fighting at you saying, no, I've been through too many battles. I can't leave my guard down. I can't be vulnerable again. Poo-poo. That's just what life throws at us, right? And if you can't rebalance, that's just going to throw off the 2 fish. So be you. That's the message, right? And everybody else, that next card, the Lover's card, is how other people look at you. So that's really interesting. it's, it's people see you as not having to make the decision of your heart. Or I'll say all this, so this with the major arcana card, the Lover's card, it's when we're growing up in our emotional maturity and the way that we look at ourselves and other people and what we want in our life. Like sometimes when we were younger, we might have dug certain characteristics or attractiveness, where today it might not, those factors might not come into play, or other things come into it where you're in that consideration. That's how other people look at you. So they're already seeing that you're becoming your own person. So you might as well groove with it. And their hopes and fears in that Two of Cups. I was telling to a Cancer friend the other day who's also a water sign. This is such a water sign card. I'm like that little damsel on the rock. Please come get me. But you also know you don't need someone to rescue you. So it's like you want that love, but on your terms. So go get it, because that was the whole reason why you went through the journey of the swords, right? So let's not go backwards. And because it's a fear card too, right? The duality, and again, the duality of the fish. Don't buy anything other than the love, okay? You had to be tempted, whether it makes you a better business person or someone that can recognize shady individuals coming at you. We all have to learn the hard way. It's never the easy stuff that makes us have reflection or enlightenment or move forward in different dynamics, right? And maybe some of it is relationship and business too, because at the top of the matter is that Two of Pentacles and kind of saying what's happening right now and what your future has. So the two is the building, like he's right there. He's like, I craftsmanship. I don't know what I'm going to build, but I know it's going to be really cool and fine in my hands, right? So that's you right now, Pisces. Again, you've paid a big price. So focus this week, leaving the past behind, lessons learned, but don't let it temper your heart, because like God in the universe is knocking on it and saying, let me in.